Welcome to the 4th episode of Where Are You Reading Today? Today's episode comes to you from a park just outside where I live. And today we are reading A Picnic with the Barleys by Karen Mezek and published by Harvest House Publishers. It was a glorious, sunshiny day, just right for a picnic in the country. The windows of the Rumpole mansion were open wide to let in the fragrance from the gardens below and the nearby fields. Way up in the attic of the mansion lived the Rumpole mice. The two little mouse children, Eustace and Prunella, peeked out of the tip-top window, their mouse noses twitching with excitement. "Hurry now," called Papa Rumpole. "The Barleys and all their country friends will be waiting." The little mouse noses disappeared in a flash. At last they were ready to go. Eustace and Prunella peeked over the windowsill of their tiny bedroom window. Samuel the cat was busy chasing butterflies in the garden. Down the drain pipe they slid. Prunella held tightly to her new pink parasol. It had been a birthday present and was very special. Inside, Mama Rumpole took a last look in the mirror as she tied her new summer bonnet. "What a pretty picture you make, my dear," said Papa Rumpole. "As pretty as the day we met." He gave her a little squeeze. "Oh, nonsense," she said, blushing. Mama and Papa Rumpole crept down the back stairs, being careful not to spill the lemonade, and being very careful not to be seen. Living in the Rumpole mansion wasn't always easy. What a happy scamper! Past the nodding daffodils and tulips of the home garden, past the lilac hedges and wild roses, on and on to the shady pathway leading down to the river. "Come closer, children," said Papa Rumpole when they stopped to rest beneath a leafy branch. "Before we go any farther, I must warn you not to go near the dark bog where Weasel lives. See, there it is beyond the clover field." "No, indeed," said Mama Rumpole fearfully. Weasels just don't like us very much." She shivered and gave each of the children a quick hug. "We'll be very careful," promised Eustace solemnly. "Very careful," echoed Prunella. Soon, happy squeals and squeals could be heard among the clover blossoms and down by the river. "Hello, hello," called all the Barleys, their country friends. "Well, hello there," called all the jolly McAcorns. "Pleased to meet you," beamed the Oatleys and the Wheatkins. The Rumpole mice felt just a little shy in the company of so many lively country folk, and Mama Rumpole wondered if she wasn't just a trifle overdressed. But everyone was so friendly that they were soon put at ease. "There's Dagwood!" Eustace and Prunella cried, happy to see their good friend. He introduced them to all the other little mice. Then he picked up his fishing pole and headed for the river. "See you later," Dagwood called with a flourish of his cap. "Don't want any noisy mice around to scare the fish." With oohs and ahs, Prunella's new friends crowded around and begged to hold her parasol, especially Cordelia. She was big and bold and grabby and wore a tattered lavender pinafore. Prunella decided not to give her a turn. Soon all the little mice were playing hide-and-seek, tug-of-war, and follow the leader. The two Rumpole children had never had such a fine time. All at once, Prunella let out a dreadful cry. "My parasol! It's gone!" And so it was. Nowhere around the clover field, nor by the riverbank could it be seen. Quickly, Eustace looked around. Where was that parasol? Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a bit of pink disappear among the trees of the dark bog. He also saw a bit of lavender pinafore. Eustace ran. His little feet flew. Then he stopped, fast. He remembered what Papa had said. "Cordelia," he called breathlessly, "come back! Weasels!" "Weasels!" echoed back from the dark bog. Just then, a terrified squeal ran out. "Help! Help!" Her voice didn't sound big and bold anymore. Suddenly, from the riverbank appeared a fishing pole and a familiar cap. Tossing his cap to Eustace for safekeeping, Dagwood landed with a mighty leap on a twisty branch floating in the bog. Hop! Dagwood balanced on the next branch, and the next. "Help!" came another cry. With a final leap, Dagwood landed very near to a muddy, oozy, smelly lavender dress attached to a pink parasol. "Gulp! Gulp! Slurp!" came from somewhere under the sticky mess. Dagwood grabbed the parasol and pulled hard. At that instant, two glittery, hungry eyes shone out of the darkness. "It's a weasel!" With a desperate yank, Dagwood pulled Cordelia out of the bog and onto the branch beside him. Then it jumped out at Dagwood. Fighting courageously, the bold field mice gave a mighty jab with his fishing pole. Down the weasel fell into the muddy goo. At the same moment, something pink slithered and slid beneath the water. With a little plop, Prunella's lovely parasol disappeared. Dagwood grabbed Cordelia's dirty paw, and back they flew over the twigs and branches of the dark bog to the safety of the riverbank. What hugs and happy cries greeted them there! All the little mice crowded around their hero. "Oh, it was nothing," Dagwood declared, straightening his cap. "Any decent mouse would have done the same thing." "Well, I don't think it was nothing," said Prunella shyly. Poor Cordelia was quite forgotten. She hung her head and blew her nose into her pinafore. Then she felt a soft kiss and a little paw on her arm. "I'm sorry I didn't share my parasol with you," said Prunella, "and I don't mind that you lost it. Let's forgive each other and be friends." Later, after everyone had eaten and the moon was up, Papa Barley got out his fiddle and played a lively tune. What a happy frolic as they danced and sang and retold the story of brave Dagwood's daring rescue. As they looked up at the twinkling stars, Papa Barley changed to a soft, sweet tune, and everyone became quiet and thoughtful. Then he turned to Prunella and Cordelia and said kindly, "Remember, it is also brave to say sorry and to forgive."